What is up, everybody? Back at it again with another episode of Initial Dweebs. As you've seen in our other episodes, we were working on that white wagon that we had for a couple years. Well, we got a different wagon. So now we have two wagons, and we're going to be doing some work on that today. So let's get into it. All right, this is the white wagon that you've seen us do a bunch of work on. Basically, we came across a really good deal on a far cleaner wagon. So now we have two wagons. Both are automatic, but this one has far less rust, far less body damage. It runs and drives. It's super solid. Everything about it is solid. It just needs a paint job. Interior is amazing. It started out with tan interior. We dyed the entire interior black. And then it's got the 3TC engine. We put a Weber 3236 carb on it. It runs really good. Everything about it is good. The only thing that's a little bit wishy-washy is the automatic transmission. Well, one, it's an automatic. Two, it's an old Toyota 3-speed, so it revs out on the freeway really bad, and it also like kind of shifts hard. And if the car's not warmed up, it won't shift into second, so it's a little bit concerning. What we did was when we took the dash out to paint it black, I actually installed a clutch pedal. So that's already been done. What we're gonna be doing today is we actually have an entire 5-speed swap for this car. We have the drive shaft, we have a T50 transmission, we have the clutch fork, we have pretty much everything that we possibly could need to do the swap. And since the shop is kind of full right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive this car over to our house, put it in the garage, and we're gonna do the swap over there. So that's basically what's on the agenda today. We're going to 5-speed swap our automatic wagon. Once that's 5-speed swapped, and then we'll go through the suspension, the advans on this. It'll be slammed. And yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with the other wagon. We might use it for parts. We might fix it up later. It just made way more sense to go with this one because this one's just in so much better condition. All right, we're in the automatic wagon. As you can see, we're gonna do a little run so you guys can see it before and after. It shifts and everything, and it gets us where we need to go, but it obviously shifts really weird. Sometimes it shifts really hard. Sometimes it won't shift at all, and it also leaks a bunch of fluid. So we've been dying to get this thing 5 speeds swapped for a long time. But yeah, I mean, this is what it feels like. It's not bad, but I just wanted to get a video of it so we could have a before and after. By the end of the day, hopefully, we're gonna be shifting in this thing and clutching in this thing, which is gonna be pretty nice. All right, we are at the house. We have the beautiful vehicles all lined up. These are the ones that have left the shop and not gone back. This is the spot where we're going to be doing the 5-speed swap. As you can see, our garage is a little cluttered. We've been working on it because we got to get his Z over here. We're going to be trying to fit the Z and the Celica in the garage. But yeah, basically we're going to jack this thing up. We're just going to start ripping shit off, try to get the transmission out. Hopefully we can get this thing done in a day. And
Cakewalk.
It's not sitting in here for a week or something.
Don't say that.
I know, that's my biggest fear. But yeah.
Cakewalk.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Subframe will probably be your best bet. He's like, what the fuck? All right, so yeah, we just got to get this thing jacked up. We're gonna do a little YouTube magic here. She's up. Probably have enough room under there. Perks of having a car that's on stock suspension is that jacking it up is a freaking breeze.
True.
Usually we're over here just shimmying blocks around for like 20 minutes just to get it in the jack under it.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start removing all the freaking bolts, draining the fluid, and yeah, just working on removing everything. All right, get this pesky transmission fluid out of here. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, you could see the transmission has been leaking a ton of freaking oil, so I had to keep topping it off. And you know what's better than fixing the transmission pan gasket?
Getting a manual transmission.
Swapping the whole transmission out for a manual, baby. All right, so we had to run to the shop because when I was draining the oil from the automatic transmission fluid, I noticed that we did not have a speedo gear for this transmission. There's just a gaping hole. I tried the automatic one, it did not fit, so basically we had to run all the way over to the shop, and one of my 4 T50s had one, thank God, but now we got that, put that in there. So crisis averted. We're gonna get back to pulling everything else off. All right, so we have the drive shafts out. Casey is gonna basically swap, because this is the automatic drive shaft, and this is the manual drive shaft. The automatic drive shaft has better U-joints, so what we're going to do is we're going to swap this front half to this drive shaft so we can keep the better U-joints. and then but also make this work for the manual transmission. Oh, what a fucking professional. Nice.
You can see how I caught this one.
Dude.
The slow-mo that video is gonna look like shit.
Dude, hell yeah.
Shit.
I've been struggling with one bell housing bolt forever because we don't have a ratcheting 17. Casey's over here just doing work, swapping over drive shaft pieces.
We're back.
Yeah. No, that looks like it's going to go real well in that transmission.
Well, it's all we got.
I might try to sand it. I
Bingo.
might not. We'll see what happens.
We'll just use one. That's probably plenty.
Yeah, just zip tie the rest.
Yeah.
Then we'll be good.
This is about how it's gone today.
Yep. So, no, we haven't been filming because it's been a goddamn struggle.
Yeah, we've had to run around a whole bunch of times for a bunch of stuff. And then we ran into major problems getting the transmission to mount on the fucking motor.
Yep, we had to go get a starter because the automatic starter didn't work. And then we also had to go get a clutch master cylinder because Rock Auto, for the second time, sent us the wrong one. But yeah,
And we beat the shit out of the tunnel for no reason.
Yep. We basically couldn't get the new transmission to line up at all. And then we tried to jack the engine up to tilt the engine back like we normally do. But somebody who had owned this car before us had like completely welded all the flanges on the exhaust together. So the only way to take the exhaust off is to unbolt the top of the header. And we weren't going to do that because they're all rusty as shit. Because of the exhaust, you can't tilt the motor back to get the transmission on. What we had to do is we were just sitting there and we were like puzzled as shit. And we were like, I thought to myself, what would Danny do? Because we have a friend named Danny, and he always does the crazy shit. Yeah, we'll put his YouTube in the description. But I always hear him talking about how he had to drop a subframe. So I was like, you know what? Let's do some Danny shit. So we fucking dropped the subframe like an inch, and then that gave us just enough fucking space to get the T50 on there.
Yep.
And then put it back up. But then we ran into another problem. Basically, we didn't have the cross member for the fucking transmission. So what we did is we took the automatic transmission mount, flipped it upside down, and then flipped it backwards and drilled 2 new holes and it mounted the fucking transmission. It works. Yeah. So it's the automatic transmission mount, flip backwards and upside down, and seemingly it works. So we're gonna see how it holds up. It's been a nightmare trying to get that starter in there, but yeah, this is the T50 5-speed transmission. It's on there.
Now we gotta cut the shifter hole.
Yeah, so we've been doing work out here. We didn't film it, but now we're updating you.
Modelo, please sponsor us.
Please.
We only want the lime ones.
We drink so many. But anyway, so if you look at the shifter hole, you can see we're gonna have to cut like this out so we can fit the shifter in there, because obviously it's not going to fit because the automatic sat way back here. So that's the next piece of the puzzle. We're going to basically cut this out, set the shifter so we can put it in neutral, and then when we put it in neutral, Casey can tighten the drive shaft bolts because we're basically waiting on that. So
I mean, you could do it. I could do it. I would just have to use wrenches, and I don't want to have to do that.
Look at him. He's past using wrenches. Look at me. We've been through hell.
Look at his face.
We've been through hell. This is the center console. It's in there. It's shifting. We had to move the center console. So the center console normally wants to sit like right here. We were going to have to move it like up here and then like self-tap, put some self-tappers in it or something. But it will work. And then also we just cut right here. Just cut this much out. That's all it takes. Just cut that shit out so you can get to those bolts. Bingo, bango.
Bongo.
Bongo. Screw this down so it covers the hole. And then we got another boot too that we'll end up incorporating. It's fucking 5-speed. It's fucking 5-speed, baby. It's got a shifter, 5-speed transmission, and a clutch pedal.
It needs the fluid.
Oh shit. I gotta cut that pedal. I might as well just do that right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you see, it has the automatic pedal. Look. That's fucking not gonna work. So I'm just gonna fucking cut half of this off and call it a day. Yeah, there it is. Hopefully I don't catch this shit on fire. I feel like I already fucked it up, dude.
Damn.
Damn.
On video?
sorry, I forgot my safety glasses.
We're back.
We're back.
He messed it up.
Just kidding. I did a little bit. I just cut the little pad for the automatic brake pedal and just put it on there for now until we can get another one of these clutch ones. But hey, she's on there. Boom, look at that.
Holy shit.
We got gas, we got brake, we got clutch.
Clutch-ish.
Boy.
Not like that.
What is up, everybody? Back at it again. Day 2 on the Wagon 5-speed swap. We got really burnt out last night. It was like 10:30 and we were just fucking, we had it. So we just decided to call it. We had to get some other shit the next day, like this clutch spring on God, you know what I'm saying? We had to get a clutch spring. We had to get some nylon washers for the clutch pedal because it was like wobbling around. And then
You almost threw it on the floor and lost it.
Yep.
On purpose.
Yep. For real. But anyway, we're gonna run to the shop. We're gonna grab some shit, and then we're gonna do it. So
We're gonna get some coffee.
yeah. All right, we're back in the dingy, dark garage. We have some stuff that we've done. Casey is going to put oil in the transmission. We just picked up some new bolts for the slave cylinder because we didn't have any. I put this spring. This spring is like the normal spring. It doesn't need this spring. I just put this here because it's funny. So that's the spring that actually holds the clutch back. But I put this one here because we bought one that was too long. But look at this. This is kind of funny. Like, kind of feels nice. I would just be afraid of this spring like snapping and like hooking my shin and causing me severe agony. But yeah, it's all put together up there. I need to shorten this clevis pin and have that all done. But yeah, I mean, we got this. We got the pedals and brand new clutch master cylinder, and we have the clutch hard line. So right now I'm gonna put the fucking slave cylinder on there, and then I'm gonna connect this, route it. He's gonna oil it up.
I need a 12.
Fuck. All right, everybody. Man, that was a fucking crazy fiasco. But Casey and I got the 5-speed swap done. I have not started the car yet, but we had some serious issues for a couple days. Basically, we went to put the starter in there, and it didn't fit under the exhaust manifold at all. So we ended up removing the exhaust manifold and putting the starter on. We tried to put the exhaust manifold back on, and the starter was just so big that there was no way that it was going to clear the manifold. So come to find out, there are 2 different types of starters for the Te72 3TC. There's a small starter and there's a big starter. The small starters are for the early models. The big starter for late models. I have a big starter bell housing from a later model, Te72, on this early model. And basically, for whatever reason, it was way too big and it was a nightmare. So I have a small starter bell housing, and I was prepared to pull the entire transmission, swap bell housings, put it all back together. Man, it was going to be a nightmare. But instead, I went on some red-green show shit and basically rigged something up with the small starter to work. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so the 5-speed swap is done. We have everything in here. Clutch is bled, transmission's in there, it shifts. There's little odds and ends that need to be buttoned up. Like, I would like to finalize the transmission mount since it's an automatic mount flipped upside down and backwards. And I think I could build a lot better mount. But everything's in there. So as far as the starter goes, I basically bolted the small starter at the top, spaced it out, and I ground off like part of it so it would sit in the right position. Then, since you can't have a bolt in the bottom, I put this through bolt right here, and basically it rests up against the starter, so the starter can't twist. So it's super tight with one bolt that goes all the way through, Loctite, lock washers, and I basically have this stopper bolt that keeps it from twisting. So it's pretty much good. I put it in there, I tested it, and it works. It turns over the engine. I haven't started the car yet since doing the swap or tried to move it. I went to O'Reilly's. I bought an AE86 GTS starter, just like the one in my car. And I put it on because somebody on a forum said that it would work. It bolted up, it cleared the exhaust manifold, but when you went to start it, it would just go it wouldn't engage with the flywheel at all. So that was pretty fucking disappointing. So basically I just tried to wing it and it ended up working out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it up and gonna see if we can put it in gear and move it back and forth. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this freaking shit works. All right, I'm inside the car. Sorry for the lighting. We don't have a lot of light in here. I do have a flashlight though. Probably gonna look weird, but anyway, here's the shifter. I gotta basically screw this shifter surround down, but it basically shifts just fine. So let's see. And then here's the clutch. It's crazy. It's crazy that it has a clutch now. Let's see if she starts, make sure we didn't fuck anything up. Oh yeah, started right up, first try. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in reverse. All right, clutch in, reverse. Oh yeah, it moves backwards, first. Moves forwards. Oh my god, it is a 5-speed, baby. Let's go. All right, it's really dark, but I got it out on the road. Let's take it down the road and see how she does. This exhaust leak sucks because I had to cut the exhaust off. I gotta re-weld it later, maybe on Thursday. She's shifting good. Oh yeah. All right, we're back. We're inside of the wagon. It is light out now, so it's a little bit easier to see some stuff. Now I'm going to drive it to the store and kind of touch bases on how it drives. Casey said he drove it earlier. He said it drove good, but it also was loud and sounded like a tractor, obviously, because the fucking exhaust is in 2 pieces. Jam left the keys at her dad's house, so I'm using my 8.6 master key that like seems to work on everything. Oh yeah, starts right up. I'm so jealous of this T50 because like I've had it forever. It's a 20 spline, so it's like a weaker, smaller T50 and you need the 20 spline drive shaft. But I could have put this transmission in my 8.6, but I never did. And I wish I did because it runs, or it shifts so nice. But I'm just gonna have to find another one for my 8.6. Preferably a 22 spline so it's a little stronger, you know. I mean, I guess doesn't really matter considering it's a T50. None of it's really strong. Let's take this thing for a drive, see how she shifts. Reverse. Oh yeah. Reverse feels amazing. Feels like a tractor. First impressions, shifts really good. Last night I was having trouble getting some good first impressions because it was dark. It feels good now. I can finally just drive it. Feels good. I'm in 4th gear. Definitely has I can tell that the carrier bearing needs to be replaced, so we're gonna have to do that. I can feel a little bit of a vibration in 4th, but besides that, it feels pretty good. Downshift action, yeah, clutch feels good. Everything feels good. I'm pretty stoked about this. It's definitely a lot more fun of a car. Wow. This guy in the GTI up here thinks I'm trying to fucking race him. Not racing you, bro. This is a tractor. But anyways, that is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the new wagon content. We'll probably get more of the other wagon on the channel as well if we don't end up parting it out. Let us know what you think we should do with it. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe, and